Welcome back to your favorite movie review channel. Man Cinema Reviews has you on exploration of everything cinema on lock. In the year of 2023, we had great films. On to 2024. This is the best of 2023. Before we get into it, let's go ahead and take care of some business. That is to press like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well to notify you of any and all reviews to this channel. As always, thank you very much for choosing Man Cinema Reviews. Before I get into my top 20 and the honorable mentions, I wanted to let you know that after the New Year's, I saw a couple films, and I want to briefly go over them. The Boy and the Heron and Poor Things. Boy and the Heron, great visuals, stunning animation. Saw the Japanese dub when I really wanted to go see the English dub because I heard Robert Pattinson plays the Heron, and definitely was not my first choice, but I heard he kills it. Not my favorite Miyazaki film, and a lot of people say that this might be his swan song. He's already have another film in production, so this is not the last that we see of Miyazaki. Season Age, Studio Ghibli, great film. Again, not my favorite, but The Boy and the Heron will get a strong 3 stars. Going on to Poor Things, Yorgos Lanthimos, crazy world building, feminist, female Frankenstein film in my book, but more than meets the eye, with a star-studded cast of Emma Stone, Willem Dafoe, Rami Youssef, Gerard Carmichael, and the great Mark Ruffalo. Cast and crew were phenomenal, and the world building was epic, eerie, and whimsical, and downright a dark comedy. I will say that Poor Things was a great film, and I give it a 5-star review. Going on to my honorable mentions before we hit the top 20. These are films that I wish I could include to my enormous top 20, but here they go. Barbie, Wonka, Birth, Rebirth, The Little Mermaid, The Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, John Wick Chapter 4. All heavy hitters, fought to be in the top spot, but here they are. Top 20, 1001. Tiana Taylor, directed by A.V. Rockwell. This was a small indie that not many people have saw. I recommend you seek it out because this is a great period piece set in the mid-90s in New York about a mother-son relationship. The mother is done with a stint in prison. She comes out, kidnaps her son in the foster care, and we see him grow. It was also like Moonlight because we see the young boy become a young man. We see him as adolescent, his teen years, and as a young adult as well. 1001 will break hearts and was clearly captivating. Can't wait to see what the cast and crew do next. Tiana Taylor, do not count her out in her music career because she definitely has one as an actor. She was great. 1001, if you've not seen it, it is in my top 20 spot. At number 19, Priscilla. This was the story of Priscilla Presley, the troublesome relationship between her and Elvis and her perspective. I know we got Austin Butler's bombastic take, Baz Luhrmann, meh at best, but Sofia Coppola proves herself as a filmmaker. This was a film that had to be told, and told well, by Sofia Coppola. Very somber, steeped in melodrama, very depressing, and ends a little abruptly. No matter, Sofia Coppola's direction is what steals the show for me, and was one of the best of this year. Number 18, this was a surprise to me. There's a lot of horror sci-fi on this list, but Megan, I counted this out very early in 2023. It was a January release. I thought it looked stupid. Boy, was I wrong. The cast and crew was great. This is this generation's Child's Play. AI already plagues us, and if we thought AI is scary at our current state of affairs, this film puts it in the perspective of a killer doll. Watch out, technology will turn on us in a snap of the finger. At number 17, very polarizing. This is more of an experimental film, and that is Skinamarink. This was very much like the Blair Witch Project. This film captures a childhood nightmare that even I was scared coming out of this film at midnight. This film, Skinamarink, I know was not well received by audiences. The critics were a lot more lenient on it, but definitely if you want to go check this out, this is a Shudder original. Go seek it out. Again, definitely not a narrative, definitely not for everyone. Maybe even more polarizing, at the number 16 spot is Ari Aster's Beau is Afraid. Now, Joaquin Phoenix did his thing as Napoleon, but wasn't his best work. I think his best work in 2023 is Beau is Afraid. This was a man who suffers from depression, he's apprehensive, he's scared of his mother, and he goes on this epic journey to what seems to be her funeral as she dies all of a sudden. And we are captured in this 3-hour nightmare. Now again, with the stunning visuals and grounded, anxiety-filled sequences, Beau is Afraid is definitely not for everyone. But if you are a fan of Ari Aster, and if you are a fan of dark, twisted comedy / horror, Beau is Afraid is for you. Number 15, another obscure and definitely polarizing film, Saltburn. Did you see it? It's Emerald Fennell's follow-up to A Promising Young Woman. Star-studded cast of Barry Keoghan, Jacob Elordi, Rosamund Pike, and Richard E. Grant. This film was phenomenal. This generation's The Talented Mr. Ripley. Barry Keoghan goes away to this posh school in the UK and meets Jacob Elordi's character. Once they have a break, he goes and lives with them at their estate, Saltburn, and havoc ensues. Again, this is a film about obsession and deals with the sick and twisted dysfunction. And if you're not for treating of bodily fluids, this film is not for you, but it's a dark, demented tale that you have to see, and it's currently streaming on Amazon Prime. Perfect family holiday viewing. Check it out. Saltburn at number 14. Another horror sci-fi infinity pool. This is David Cronenberg's son directing his second or third film, I believe. Alexander Skarsgård and Mia Goth lead this film. This is a twisted fantasy about a couple that goes away to this secluded resort that people cannot escape the barricaded premises, but when they do, all havoc runs loose. This film is dark, twisted, and definitely not for the faint of heart. If you've not seen it, if you're into that cerebral horror, then Infinity Pool is for you. Going on to lighter fare, definitely, at number 13 is TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Totally captures my childhood, and I was able to share it with my son. A new generation for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This was not live action. This was definitely captivating animation for Nickelodeon Studios. Just kudos to all involved. Number 12, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. The teaming of Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Cruise is a tried and true duo. No match like no other. Tom Cruise doing Tom Cruise things at a seasoned age of 60, I believe, doing his own stunts. This action affair was great. The mystery is great, and the soul of Ethan Hunt lives on, with Tom Cruise just defying all odds. I can't wait to watch the concluding part 2 of this saga. Number 11, we're very close to my top 10. Before we get there, we gotta get to Talk to Me. This was directed by a duo, brothers, that are YouTube creators and making their name as filmmakers. This is definitely A24's strongest horror film to come out 2023, and all that involved were great. Very much captures the Final Destination films with a new twist and elevated horror. This film is great, and one that is very spooky and eerie when the lights turn off. Definitely recommend, and has already greenlit its first, I believe, in the A24 studios, a sequel to Talk to Me, coming soon. Number 10, we already discussed, Poor Things, Yorgos Lanthimos, and cast and crew were phenomenal. Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo were the takeaways, but beautiful great co-starring ensemble with Willem Dafoe, Rami Youssef, Gerard Carmichael. The world building is just phenomenal. The visuals, great. This is a feminist film about Bella Baxter, a creation, a woman who has her brain switch with her unborn child, and now she's evolved into a woman. She goes out in the world. It's great, the great adventures of the beautiful and macabre, and it just all havoc ensues in Yorgos Lanthimos' fantastical Poor Things. And I think it's one of his strongest films to date, one that really captured me in a great date night for me and my wife. Number 9, The Killer, David Fincher at Netflix doing David Fincher things, flexing his filmmaking, just great film all around. And I really think that Michael Fassbender nails it as the titular character, one that I think is parallel and is speaking to kind of self-referential commentary for David Fincher. Hardly misses, but when he does, hey, can't win them all. The Killer is phenomenal. Number 8, Air. This is a star-studded cast, directed by Ben Affleck, starring Matt Damon, co-starring Chris Tucker, Marlon Wayans, Viola Davis. This is about the acquisition of the Air Jordan for Nike, getting Michael Jordan and his family to come to the table and make the deal that makes Nike what it is. Great, phenomenal, motivating work, and one of Ben Affleck's strongest films to date. Number 7, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Great animation. We already know Into the Spider-Verse, Academy Award winning film. The sequel is phenomenal. The animation is undeniably great. And another great win for Miles Morales and Gwen and everybody involved. This is just the world building that continues, and I can't wait to see what's beyond the Spider-Verse. And number 6, another Netflix flex, and that is May November. This is the showcasing of Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore. Great work, taboo stuff. If you have not seen my review, I suggest you go check it out to know all the details. All I can tell you is that come Academy Award time, these two are contenders. Actors at their best, Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore. What more can I say? Great filmmaking, great cast and crew as well. Number 5, the top 5 heavy hitters. Here it is: Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon, Leonardo DiCaprio, everybody involved, Robert De Niro. Just great filmmaking, a 3-hour-long epic, but I must say, with its female lead, definitely a shoo-in for nomination, if not the win. This was a winner to me. Going on to number 4, another one that's a little bit long in the tooth, and that is Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. This is great work, star-studded cast. So just very proud of Cillian Murphy finally stepping in the forefront, in the limelight, in a starring role. And I can't wait to see what accolades this thing picks up. We know that Robert Downey Jr. is a shoo-in for Best Supporting Actor. Let's see how it goes, but Oppenheimer, one of Christopher Nolan's best, about the atomic bomb and its creation and the aftermath. Number 3, The Holdovers. This is Alexander Payne's finest work, one for Paul Giamatti. Divine Joy Randolph definitely needs to be talked about come Oscar season. She just blew me away in this film. Great story, coming of age story, set in the late 60s, early 70s, and this was late in the game for me. I'm glad I caught it. Now, number 2 was number 1 forever, but late in the game, I had to just tweak it a little bit. Still at number 2, holding on strong, Godzilla -1. Japanese film that was very captivating. I took my son, he had no problem following along. He was captivated as well. The story, about family. We also have the monster film of Godzilla, and just great film all around. Number 1 is The Iron Claw, A24's pro wrestling biopic about the Von Erichs. I have no idea about this wrestling family, but it was a great cast and crew. Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White, Harris Dickinson. I saw it with two of my brothers, and it was a great film about father and son relationships, and just really captivated me. And the third act, we know when the waterworks are coming, you know it has to capture my #1 spot, and that's why The Iron Claw is one for the books and one of the greatest and best films of the year. Thank you very much for another year here at Man Cinema Reviews. I got my disappointments coming up next, and stay tuned for more reviews and the like in 2024. Thank you very much. See you on the next one.